Hello students, welcome to Navankur Digi Lessons. Today we are going to study class 11th English chapter 1, the portrait of lady. Today we will look after question answers. Question number 1, the three phases of the author's relationship with his grandmother before Lai left country to study abroad. Answer है the three phases of the author's relationship with his grandmother before he left the country to study abroad are: number 1, in his childhood, when he went to the village school and the grandmother helped him to get ready and went to school with him. Now in his boyhood, when he went to the city school in a bus, he shared a room with grandmother, but she could no longer help him in his studies. Now in his early youth, when he went to the university and was given a room of his own, the common link of friendship was snapped. Question number 2. 3 reasons why the author's grandmother was disturbed when he started going to the city school. Answer: the 3 reasons why the author's grandmother was disturbed when he started going to the city school are: number 1, she hated Western science and learning. She was pained to know that there was no teaching of God and the scriptures there. Number 3, she was allergic to music. She thought it was not meant for decent people and gentle folk. It was the monopoly of prostitutes and beggars. Now question number 3. 3 ways in which the author's grandmother spent her days after he grew up. Answer है the 3 ways in which the author's grandmother spent her days after he grew up are: she lived alone in her room as she had accepted her loneliness quietly. She sat at her spinning wheel reciting prayers. In the afternoon, she would feed the sparrows for half an hour. Now question number 4. The odd way in which the author's grandmother behaved just before she died. Answer है just before her death, the author's grandmother refused to talk to them since she had omitted to pray the previous night while she was singing songs of homecoming and beating the drum. She was not going to waste any more time. She ignored their protest. She lay peacefully in bed praying and telling beads. Now question number 5. The way in which the sparrows expressed their sorrow when the author's grandmother died. Answer है, thousands of sparrows sat silently surrounding the dead body of the author's grandmother. There was no chirping. The author's mother threw some crumbs of bread to them. They took no notice of them. As soon as the grandmother's corpse was carried off, they flew away quietly. Thus, the sparrow expressed their sorrow. Now, question next. Which language do you think the author and his grandmother used while talking to each other? Answer. The author's grandmother was not much educated, so I think the author and his grandmother used to talk in their mother tongue. In this case is Punjabi. Question number 2. Which language do you use to talk to elderly relatives in your family? Answer. My elderly relatives are well versed in English and Hindi. I feel at home greeting them in English, but like to converse with them freely in Hindi. Next question. What is the expression used in your language for a dilapidated drum? The expression used in our language for a dilapidated drum is Patha Purana, Phata Purana, Dhol. Question number 4. Can you think of a song or poem in your language that talks of homecoming? There are many folk songs and poems singing of the exploits of brave warriors. All these talk of their homecoming after winning a battle. Next question. The author's grandmother was a religious person. What are the different ways in which we come to know this? These are long questions. Answer. The author's grandmother was a deeply religious lady. She visited the temple every morning and read scriptures. At home, she always mumbled inaudible prayer and kept telling the beads of rosary. She would repeat prayers in a song manner while getting the writer ready for school. Perhaps it was only once that she forgot to say her prayer. It was on the evening prior to her death when she felt over excited while celebrating the arrival of her grandson with songs and beating of drums. Now, second question. Describe the changing relationship between the author and his grandmother. Did their feelings for each other change? During his boyhood, the author was completely dependent on his grandmother. She was a part of his life. The turning point in their friendship came when they went to city. She could not help him in his studies. She would ask him what the teachers had taught. She did not believe in the things that were taught at a school. She expressed her disapproval silently. However, their feelings for each other did not change. They still loved each other deeply. The author valued this as perhaps the last sign of physical contact between them. When the author returned after 5 years, she received him at the station. She clasped him in her arms. In the evening, she celebrated his homecoming by singing songs and beating an old drum. Now, next question. Would you agree that the author's grandmother was a person strong in character? If yes, give instance that show this. Yes, I agree that the author's grandmother was a person strong in character. She was a strong woman with strong beliefs. Although she was not formally educated, she was serious about the author's education. She could not adjust herself to the Western way of life, science and English education. She hated music and disapproved of its teaching in school. She was a deeply religious lady. Her lips were always moving in a silent prayer. She was always telling the beads of her rosary. She was a kind lady. She used to feed dogs in the village. In the city, she took to feeding sparrows. Next question. Have you known someone like the author's grandmother? Do you feel the same sense of lose with regard to someone whom you have loved and lost? Yes, I have known my grandmother, who loved me deeply and looked after me. He had served in the army before he retired as a colonel of 20 years ago. When I was a school going kid, he was still active and smart. He was fond of walking, jogging, and playing outdoor games. He inspired us to get up early in the morning. He believed that a healthy mind lives in a healthy body. He used to give us good physical exercise, followed by milk and nourishing food, and then asked us to study for a while before going to school. In the afternoon, he would inquire what we had been taught at the school. He would help us our home task and supervise our reading, writing, and doing sums. He was gentle but firm. He laid stress on good habits and character building. He passed away when I had gone abroad for higher studies. I miss him a lot. A sense of loss fills me whenever see his portrait on the wall. But his cheerful look reminds me to take heart and fight the struggle of life. Thank you, students.